Hey guys, Vance and Nubs here. So, how you guys doing? Look at my face, look how pretty I am. I am super tired. Again, it is almost midnight again. And, yeah. So, this is going to be the story about how I met F. We're just gonna call her F, okay? Because I don't want to say the rest of her fucking name. Fuck that. We're just gonna call her F, okay? But before we get there, gotta give a little. Let's get there real quick, okay? So we're gonna go back 8 years real quick. So yeah, I fucking wrote notes and shit, so I can stay on track and not go all over the place. So first, let's go back 8 years. You know, I was working in a call center when I was about 20 years old. Worked there for about 3 years, and when I quit because I had already gotten another job. Right? It was a pretty good job, and so I was like, yo, fuck this place. I'm gonna go get this job. It pays better. Cool. So the way I quit though, I thought it was pretty legit. At first, you know, I was like, oh man, I don't know how to quit. I'm like, I'm just gonna wait for something to happen to piss me off, and then I'm just gonna walk up and be like, you know, so I got a call from I was working at a call center for a cab company, and I was a dispatcher, and I would have to. I keep looking over here, and I gotta remember to look right here. I'm looking at my face on the screen, but I gotta look at the camera and talk to you guys, not to myself. I do that enough. So yeah, I got a call from a driver who, they would always bitch. Taxi drivers are fucking, God, they're the most annoying people ever. They just bitch about everything. So someone was calling and bitching about something. I was like, perfect, this guy annoys the fuck out of me all the time, right? So, he, of course, typical annoying thing, I was like, perfect. I'm so pissed. Hung up, fucking got up, walked to my my boss's office, took my lanyard off, my badge, threw it on her desk, and I was like, fuck this shit, I quit, and I walked out. Because if I would have stopped, because they were like, wait, what? Like, she was talking with one of the drivers, supervisors as well. They were just like talking, wait, and I was like, nope, if I wait and I let them talk to me, they're gonna talk me out of it, and I already got a new job lined up, okay? Kind of shitty, whatever, you know how it goes. I was like 23, okay. Yeah, because started at 20 years old, and this is 3 years later, and then, right. So, yeah, I just like, fuck this, I quit, and I walked out. I just fucking walked out, went to my car, I was just like, just drive, dude, just go home. Gone, right? So, I left, okay? Honestly, kind of a bitch move on my part, but whatever. So yeah, in the new job that I got, I ended up becoming friends with one of my coworkers, and we ended up becoming roommates. And I had told him about this girl that I was in love with, and he was like, oh dude, I'll totally help you get her, right? Like, I've been with plenty of girls, I got plenty of experience, I'll help you out. And at the time, me being all young and stupid, I was just like, yeah, bro, show me your ways. Like, obviously you got so much experience. Like, teach me, please. I'll do anything to get her. So I listened to him, and it completely fucking backfired, right? So I ended up becoming like the biggest fucking bitch like I've ever been in my life. Fucking piece of shit, cocksucker, douchebag, fucking type of bitch shit is the shit I was fucking pulling off. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know. I fucked up. I let it get to my head. I don't know. I thought that's what I was supposed to do, and I totally did it wrong. And I just I listened to someone else instead of just like doing me, you know, being myself. Because I felt like being myself. I was doing fine. I don't know. Fuck it. Anyway, so basically I was like, fuck. I'm sure word got around that I was a piece of shit, and I lost the love of my life. She probably doesn't want anything to do with me anymore. So, put it in my head. Time to move on. Whatever. I lost her. That's on me. Fuck it. So, like I said, I met this guy in my new job, right? And karma's a bitch, you know. I ended up getting laid off from this job 6 months later. So I quit my other job like a bitch. And I was like, fuck you, I'm out. And then I lost this job like a bitch. And they were like, oh, sorry, we don't need you. We don't have work, sorry. And you're at the bottom of the seniority. You need to go, type of shit, you know. And I was just like, oh, and I was like in my douchebag stage, right? So just like, talk about a reality check. And so, ended up losing that job. And I didn't really get another job for like another 6 months. Guess where I ended up working 6 months later? The same fucking cab company call center that I fucking quit like a bitch at before. What I did was, I was looking for another job, okay? And I ended up contacting some of my old coworkers because I needed references or whatever. I was just like, hey, I was wondering if I could use you as a reference, whatever, I'm looking for a job. And one of the ladies I actually trained at that job, she was all of a sudden the fucking general manager now. I was like, what? No, wait. No, that wasn't yet. That was later. Was she general manager or supervisor? I don't know. But she was my boss. She was the one hiring me. So, and I did a terrible job training her. Like, I was fucking lazy as fuck. I was like, yeah, just do this, and you're good to go. And I just kind of like I was one of those fucking shitty ass trainers at the time. Hey, but obviously it worked. It worked because she fucking got in that position from having a great trainer. You're welcome. So yeah, I got that job and went back to that job, right? So when I went back though, they had talked to me and they were like, all right, Vance, so now that you're back, don't talk to any of the girls, okay? And I was just like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? They were like, oh, we heard about everything that you did when you were here before in the 3 years. Yeah, we heard about all of it. And I was just like, oh, like it wasn't really that bad. Like it's not as bad as I'm making it seem to be, but yeah, there were like a few girls that I kind of had a thing for, or whatever. So the point is, they were like, oh, don't talk to any of the girls, or whatever, stay away, behave yourself. And I was like, okay, fine, just take me to the call center so I can meet everybody. It was kind of like a small, like, family-owned type of thing. Like, so we had that kind of a relationship, you know. We were pretty cool. So we go to the call center, right? We go in, and there's like 6 stations there, and like 5 of them are filled, right? 5 of the 6 are filled, and I kid you not, there's 5 fucking women in there, and they're just like, oh, stay away from the girls. I'm like, okay, fine. We walk in, I'm just, oh, that's why you said that. Because there's nothing but female here now. I get it. Okay, so there was two bosses. It was a supervisor and then general manager. So the person I trained was a supervisor, and then, you know, the general manager, she was also with us as well. So they were kind of like explaining, like, oh, hey guys, I want you guys to meet Vance. He's been here. He used to work here for 3 years. He actually trained me. And he still has more seniority than me, even though he took a year off and came back. Which, yeah, that's how long I worked there before, 3 years, like I said. And so, as my supervisor and general manager were like talking to the girls, like introducing me, I was like looking around and analyzing them, right? I was like, all right, there's a reason why they said this. Let me take a look at these girls, and I was just like looking around at them, and I was like, nah. There was one girl that was kind of like, she's kind of cute, but I was like, nah, I'll be all right. I can resist. She's not that great, you know. So I was like, in my head, I'm like, cool, I'm good to go. You guys told me to stay away from women. No problem, easy, because there ain't no one I even am like remotely even fucking attracted to at all. Perfect. So as they're talking and talking, here comes a new challenger, right? And it happens to be F. And she walks in and she goes to sit down at her desk, and I look at her and I'm just like, fuck. That's the one. That's why they told me not to fucking do anything, because they knew, and I was like, you know what, it's fine. So, yeah. So they were like, all right, Vance, well, we'll let you go. You already know what to do. We don't have to fucking train you. If anything, you have to retrain everyone here, you know. It's like making jokes. And I was like, yeah, go away. So I'm introducing myself to people. I'm like, hey, how you guys doing? I'm Vance. And I get to F, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, what was your name again? And she's like, my name. She's like, oh, okay, nice to meet you. So we ended up, that's how we met. And as we started working with each other, it was actually, I remember, because it was right before World Series 9 now. Yeah, because I remember, I believe World Series 9 was the last time. It was in January. Because I remember I started a job like the day after Christmas or something. And I remember the World Series was 4 days later. And like I said, I worked there for 3 years before. So my bosses, they gave me the time off. I was like, hey, I know like I just started, but remember that beer pong tournament thing that I used to do before? I'm still doing it. And that big tournament that I told you about, the World Series, it's like next week. Sorry to be like that. I don't want to take advantage, but do you think I can get the time off? And they were like, yeah, no, that's cool. I was like, oh, all right, cool. So for like that entire year, we didn't really talk, just like introduce each other, right? Went to the tournament. I don't know, it just kind of like happened, and I came back. I don't even remember what the fuck happened at the tournament. But anyway, that's not the point. So I came back from the tournament, and that's when F and I started talking, right? So we started talking and stuff, and like she was trying to get with me, right? She was just like, hey, I was wondering if you want to like come to the casino with like me and my friends, this weekend. I was like, nah, I appreciate it, but I'm good. Like when she was talking, I was like asking me, I was like, oh God, like I know what you're doing, and no. So, oh, that's right. Here's why. I'm pretty good at Facebook stalking. Investigating. Facebook stalking? That's what? So, I investigated, and I found F's Facebook, and I kind of did some research, and I saw on her profile picture that she had 2 kids. And I remember a long time ago, I established this in high school. I don't remember what triggered it, but I just remember telling myself, never date anyone with kids. I made it very clear to myself a long time ago, and I broke this rule for the first time ever for this fucking woman. But anyway, so yeah, she was trying to get with me or whatever, asking me to go hang out and stuff, and I was like, no, I'm good. And then there was a day where her and I were working together, and we were talking about playing pool or something, And I was like, oh, do you play pool or whatever? She was like, no, not really. I don't really like it. And I was like, oh, okay, blah, blah. So, okay, on a different shift, the shift I went into, there was the girls, but on the next shift, there was a couple guys, and I got to be friends with them, and they were like, hey, man, you want to go play pool and stuff? I'm like, yeah, dude, that's cool. We can go right across the street to the bar or whatever, So, me, I don't know why. Even though like her and I just talked about her not playing pool, I asked her, I was like, hey, so me and the guys are gonna go play pool, later tonight. I was wondering if you wanna like come with us when you get off. She's like, yeah, all right, that sounds good. Like no hesitation, right? Like should have seen that coming. But so that happened. She ended up coming out with us, even though it was literally like right across the street. She could have walked there in 5 minutes, but I'm a fucking gentleman. Okay, so I was like, if you want, when you get up at 10 at night, I'll come pick you up and just bring you over so you don't have to walk across the street. She's like, okay, yeah, that sounds good. So, fucking got her. She came out, picked her up, and started playing pool and stuff. She didn't really, she didn't like pool, obviously. That was established. And that's how I met this fucking woman. And now you know how I met her. So now that this story has started, that's how I met F. Let's just plant the seed and we're gonna water it. So I got a 15-minute limit. I got 30 seconds here to go. So there's the start. That's how I met F. Stay tuned for the next one because the story continues. So love you guys. Mwah. Vance and Nubs out. Haha, Nubbies. Mwah. Love you guys. Vance and Nubs out.